Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now.
But I believe this is it right here. Van Jones, why black voters are frustrated with Biden. And he was on with CNN. So let's play this.
Now to talk about those discussions is CNN political commentator Van Jones. He has a new op-ed on CNN.com that everybody should read. Why black voters are frustrated with Biden and what he can do about it. Van, thank you for getting up with us this morning. And you heard those voters, what they told Jeff Zeleny. What do you make of all of that?
That's a very accurate reflection of what's going on. And I think for African-American voters in particular, there's a special heartbreak because, first of all, the pain is more intense. The rising gas prices, food prices, it's really walloped the black community in a particular.
Wow, that wasn't what he was saying in November. Remember, he was on there on CNN crying because Joe Biden had won.
But the hopes were so much higher. And so you have a community that came out in huge numbers in 2018, huge numbers in 2020, expecting things to get a lot better. And instead, economically at least, it didn't come true. It got worse. And so you're going through a summer now of real heartbreak with black voters. The polls show that. And I think Biden's got to take it very seriously.
Now, the black support for Joe Biden, it is actually really bad for a Democrat. Last year, he was at a 78% with black voters, black people. It dropped to 65%. Not a new poll, 61%. That is epically bad for a Democrat with black people.
Man,
a couple things. First of all,
Van Jones looks like what would happen if Don Lemon and Raphael Warnock had a baby together.
Yeah, he does. But it gets worse. Listen to this.
I don't think that they're doing a good job or even trying to communicate some of the stuff that's been done for the black community. For instance, billions of dollars for black colleges. Nobody knows that.
Joe Biden gave billions to black colleges. Guess what? Donald Trump did that first. He gave them billions of dollars. So all he's doing is something that Trump had already done.
The Department of Justice has Kristen Clark in place now. They're actually now going after police departments and fixing police departments in a way.
Fixing police departments, Rhodes. What does that mean to the left? Defunding police. Yeah, making black communities less safe. That's pretty dumb.
What the hell does the black community believe that Joe Biden's going to do for them after he was already a politician for 50 damn years and didn't do a damn thing?
He was
what is he going to do now?
The Ku Klux Klan as well, though.
Yeah, he don't give a damn. He don't give a damn. He wants black people to starve in the streets. He's on a damn video talking about what something about he didn't want your kids doing crack and
he didn't want his kids to grow up in a racial jungle. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what Joe Biden said.
Joe Biden.
Don't forget President Biden's based the Ku Klux Klan as well.
I can hear your racial undertones with the jungle. I can hear that.
Yeah. Right, didn't President Biden do an eulogy for Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan once?
Well, he wasn't. Now, if you go fact check it, he wasn't a Grand Dragon. You're talking about Robert Byrd. He was a recruiter for the Klan. He was a recruiter. Because if you say Grand Dragon, they're gonna fact check you and say you're wrong because they already got an article out there. Say no, he was not a Grand Dragon.
Oh yes, and recruiting for the KKK.
He was a recruiter for the Klan.
Justice is so much. Oh my God.
Still member of the Ku Klux Klan, though.
Yeah, he was still a Klansman.
Department of Justice under Trump was charging people way too much criminally. They're backing off of that. You also have more black women put on the federal courts of appeals than have ever been done by any president. Even though it's had 8 years, he's done it in less than 2.
Okay. Now, if you ask the average person out there, white, black, or whatever, if you were to find out that Joe Biden put more, what he said, black women on federal courts,
yeah,
how is that making anybody's life better? a federal judge doesn't make my life any different. Guess what? I'm not a criminal. So federal judges don't mean anything to me.
Dude, everybody he's got working for him is a joke because it's some kind of diversity or inclusion hire that he's made.
Corinne Jean-Pierre is black, and she's way worse than Peppermint Patty. Way worse. Like, at least Peppermint Patty actually knew some things. They asked Corinne Jean-Pierre. She's like, well, I don't really know. I haven't heard about this. Like, what?
You seen that cringy ass gas video yet?
No, I haven't.
That she put out? Oh my God. Oh, we might have to look that up after this.
Yeah.
Doing stuff, they're not communicating. I think if I were the Democratic Party right now, the black community is a firewall. They need to be spending a lot of money on black radio, a lot of money in black media to just point out the fact that Joe Biden is there for the black community and is doing stuff. Right now, that particular pain is not being addressed aggressively enough.
And one thing I think is a struggle for any White House, which is once voters have an idea of something, an analysis of something, it's often a pretty entrenched feeling. And what you're talking about is backed up in poll numbers. CNN's poll, when it comes to Black Americans' approval of Biden, 57% say they approve, but 43% say they disapprove.
Wow. So it dropped to 57%?
Wow.
I must have missed that's CNN poll right there. So that's not the I think it was the Ameriquest poll that said 61. 57%? That's wow.
It's a big number for a Democratic president. And there is a way to overcome it. I think the other thing that people don't always track is that the African American community pays very close attention to politics. We're probably the most
No, that's a lie. No, they don't.
That's a lie.
They just randomly go out there and vote for Democrats. That's it.
And most Americans don't pay attention.
Exactly. It's not just black people.
It's not. Yeah.
80% of Americans probably couldn't even name a policy at all.
I pay attention to, like, because we're the city I live in, there's all with shenanigans and shit like that with the city council and stuff like that. So yeah. I pay attention to, like, citywide, like with the mayor, sheriff, and or like the counties and all that stuff like that. But states and federal wise, no, absolutely not. If I see a name or where I'm supposed to vote, I have to look them up.
So you don't turn on the news cycle in the evening, Melissa and me automatically turn on to watch The Five and then watch Tucker Carlson and then watch Sean Hannity or
absolutely. I hate watching cable news. I did
when I was younger.
Well, it's not even about that. It's just everything is a narrative in some way, and I honestly can't stand that shit. So I'd rather not watch it. I don't get my news from Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. I actually want to, if I see something, try to look at articles, research it myself, and form my own opinion, and not what the media tells me to.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, even like, even some of the stuff I watch, like if I turn it to Fox News, I've got to be careful about who I consume on there.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, because you turn it on like a Sunday and they're running this just regular news show where they're just talking about news. I mean, you can tell both of those hosts that they got on their news show, they're pretty liberal. You can tell that blatantly just from certain comments they make. Geraldo, yeah, he claims to be a Republican, but he's full of shit.
He's a liberal.
He's got to be.
You saw he was over there praising Liz Cheney the other day on Twitter. Praising Liz Cheney, talking about she's going to go down as a hero.
If he's still a Republican, then he is a walking, talking definition of rhino in the media.
Yeah.
Let's finish the rest of this. Politically engaged group in the country. So when you see stuff happen for other groups, whether it's the Ukrainians getting billions of dollars or the Asian Americans getting a hate crimes bill done very quickly, you say, but where's our voting rights bill?
Now I'm with him on giving all billions of dollars to Ukraine. why in the world are we giving billions of dollars to Ukraine? I'm not with them on the voting rights thing. You already got voting rights. Nobody's stopping you from voting. That whole thing has been debunked. Look at Georgia.
They've got the numbers to prove it in Georgia. They had the biggest turnout in the history of people. Record turnout. That whole thing was a
black
lie.
People at that.
Jim Crow 2.0 out of Biden's mouth. That was a blatant lie. It was a lie. No statistics or data to back that up.
Speaking of Ukraine mess and all that, like Biden, like the UK government and most European countries, they're basically giving Ukraine money like Zelensky some sort of stripper or something like that in the strip club. They're just handing money to him over every single fucking month.
Yeah, and guess what? That's contributing to inflation because that's just printing money that we don't have.
Yeah. Just to feed fucking Zelensky's coke habit. That's what it is.
We're the bills that help us, and there's lots of good reasons people understand that paper thin majority, but then there's still you're left with that sense of heartbreak.
You also say that the White House should capitalize on Republican and Supreme Court overreach. What do you mean?
What I'm saying is on that point is very simple. The Republicans are likely to get the House at least, if not the House and the Senate. I mean, they've only got to get 4 or 5 votes to pick up the House. Once that happens, you do have a pent-up momentum in the Republican Party that I think can be very scary for a lot of people. And so if you start seeing the Republican Party putting up bills that are against affirmative action, putting up bills that might hurt immigrants, putting up bills that might go back toward mass incarceration, that could...
Did he just say bills that put up mass incarceration? That was Joe Biden.
Yeah.
That was Joe Biden. What is he talking about?
Yeah, he was the bus driver of those bills, literally.
Wow.
Shock black voters and saying, well, hold on a second. We might be disappointed in this guy, but we're actually scared of those guys. And that then lets him begin to reset a narrative. Also, if you have divided government, some of the stuff that Biden might want to do is, he considers himself this big deal cutter. Maybe in a divided government, he can get a few more things done. But what I would say, if I were in the White House right now, you can't lose this constituency. And I'm waiting to see what is the response to these poll numbers to the black community. You got to message better, more aggressively in black media, and you've got to put up some more victories for black voters before the midterms.
Wow. Okay. The reason why, I'm going to give you the real reason why the black support for Joe Biden is down. It's the same for everybody else. High gas prices and inflation. Black people, just like everybody else, nobody gives a damn about black federal judge. I didn't even know that. I didn't know who he's putting up. Nobody knows who he's putting on federal courts. Nobody knows that. I mean, billions of dollars given to HBCUs. Did that help Trump get reelected? No.
No.
That's ridiculous, man.
By the way, yeah, which president, Mr. Matrix, officially made the KKK a domestic terrorist organization? Wasn't that Trump?
I think it was.
It was Trump.
Yeah. It wasn't Obama.
It was. I knew the answer. I just was pointing that out to everybody.
Yeah. You see, that's the thing. Van Jones, his reasoning for black support being down, he thinks that blacks want voting rights. Nobody's stopping anybody from voting unless you're an illegal. Now, remember the in New York, they were trying to actually push illegals to vote in local elections over there.
Well, they would like to get them to vote. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you have the open borders right now. That's why you're on a pace for 6 million illegal aliens coming in the country right now.